Hogwarts Legacy is an amazing game, but it does feel like some things could have been done better, or at least differently. Now, that's not to say it isn't a great game. As it stands right now, it is an absolutely fantastic game. But we all can't help but imagine if some things were different. So here are 10 things that Hogwarts Legacy could have added or should add in a sequel that would make it an absolute S-tier game. A morality system. Now, being given the freedom to use unforgivable curses is definitely something I think many Harry Potter fans appreciate. I actually think far more people are drawn to the darker side of things in games, so imagine if Legacy had a morality system that changed the course of the story based on your actions. Using dark magic could allow you to explore a dark wizard questline for starters, and rather than following a standard questline, you would have to now avoid Aurors in the Ministry while helping other dark wizards achieve their goals. Think of it like a coin, and we're playing on the other side of it. Either way, while it's fun to be able to Avada Kedavra things out of existence, it would be cool to have some effect on the story should you go down that path. Brooms with different stats. Now, I think we could all understand why brooms in Hogwarts Legacy have the same stats. They wanted to keep things even and give people the cosmetics instead of pricing people out of better stats. But what if they hadn't? Imagine going to Hogsmeade and looking at all the various brooms and seeing that maybe some were faster, others might be more nimble, and maybe some had better stats for long-range flights, each one with different prices based on how far you have made it in the game. Maybe they could have an upgrade system where you could affect your broom's flight capability similar to how you upgrade gear in the Room of Requirement. It seems a shame that the brooms are only cosmetic, even though it was a result of the developers ensuring everyone would have the same experience. Character stats. I've seen many people talk about how they wish wands weren't cosmetic only, and that different cores and different woods would affect how they work. Now, this would make it very difficult to balance the game for players, as it would cause many to struggle in battles. But what if rather than changing the wands, you changed your character? Imagine Hogwarts Legacy starting your character with base stats. Now imagine that you're a player that loves to battle, so you put points into mana, or perhaps into strength. All of these changes would change how you approach battle. Those who enjoy being more stealth-oriented could put points into that, making the disillusionment spell that much more effective. It would create a much broader system that would allow each player to play the game exactly as they wanted to. The wand chooses the wizard, but the wizard is the only one that can improve themselves by learning and growing. It seems fitting. The ability to replay quests. Now, as someone who makes YouTube videos, this would be absolutely amazing for creators. Rather than having to make a whole new character to show how to finish a particular quest, you could just go back, replay it, and record it. But what about the normal gamer? Now imagine you played through the story and you realized that you forgot to grab something in the Room of Requirement before it became your personal room. You could replay that part of the quest and go back to get it. This change would also allow people to explore at different paces and relive their favorite part of the story in a much easier way. Quidditch. I think this one's a given for many players who were disappointed that Quidditch had been removed from the game. Now, whether we'll see it in any future updates is yet to be seen, but as Quidditch is such a large part of the Potterverse, it is almost criminal to leave it out. Being able to play it, have quest lines within the game, and perhaps even a school championship line would be an amazing addition, and one that most everyone would enjoy. Relationship options. This one isn't for everyone, but bear with me for a second. Many people play an RPG to roleplay, and for many that means becoming the dark wizard hell-bent on raising chaos in the world. Moi. For others, it might mean taking care of magical beasts. But for others, there is something missing in Hogwarts Legacy: the ability to build a relationship with certain characters. Now, these could be optional quests for those who choose to go that route, but it would allow for quite a bit of variation while you attend Hogwarts. time spent with characters, special quests for Valentine's Day, maybe even heartbreak consequences. It would open up another world within Hogwarts Legacy, and one that would at the very least be interesting to explore. Multiplayer. Now, the mod community seems to be on this one. You guys are absolutely awesome, by the way. But it would be nice to have the ability to go on adventures or complete quests with your friends. I understand why they decided to go against it, as servers are not cheap, but you could bypass that with peer-to-peer connections. Friends could invite each other to connect to their world, explore dungeons together, or have their friends help them with a particularly difficult quest. Having multiplayer would also create the opportunity for group-exclusive quests that you might need more than one person to complete. Wizard chess, anyone? It might not be for everyone, but having it absent from a game like this feels almost empty. Gamers are social creatures, online at least, and we enjoy playing with friends and even making new ones in the games that we love. House points in the House Cup. Throughout your time playing Hogwarts Legacy, many actions you take will cause professors to deduct or add house points towards your house. But in the end, it doesn't really matter all that much. Wouldn't it be interesting to have all of your actions actually have a payoff in the finale of your year, where you could earn House Cup specific achievements? It might seem like something that doesn't matter to everyone, but for achievement hunters, this would offer something very interesting that might cause players to choose their actions a bit more carefully. More classes. Once again, this one is not for everyone, but I think it's something that many people, oddly enough, want. More classes that you have to interact with. In Hogwarts Legacy, you barely go to class at all, and instead do small quests to learn a particular spell that you need for a puzzle to further the story. But many people felt their inner nerd crying when they realized the limited interaction you actually have with the school in the game. Imagine if Hogwarts Legacy added more classes you have to attend. You could learn more spells, make more types of potions. Can you imagine the hilarity of being able to make a polyjuice potion just for the lulz? And gain a better understanding of how to battle certain foes, all in class. It would open up a massive amount of quest lines and allow players to craft their character's armory of spells to their own playstyle that much more. Then again, I actually loved school when I went, so maybe this one is just me. The Triwizard Tournament. What better way to prove your magical might than to participate in the Triwizard Tournament? Imagine being able to meet people from other schools, use your spells to solve difficult tasks with a time limit, and gain the title and achievement of Triwizard Champion. Now, that being said, if you didn't already know, Hogwarts Legacy takes place around the 1890s. The Triwizard Tournament was cancelled in 1792 because too many students were dying and a cockatrice broke free and caused a rampage, canonically. But this is an RPG, which means that freedom of choice is typically the name of the game. Even if it were to break canon, it would be absolutely amazing to partake in such a challenge in a Harry Potter universe game. Do you agree with my list? Let me know in the comments what you would change or bring into the Hogwarts Legacy franchise. As always, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.